Welcome to the Founders Table podcast, where we unveil the insights behind entrepreneurship and becoming the CEO of your own life. Subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram and TikTok for more.
We are back, baby. What a year, man. It was
I liked your analogy of the snake shedding its skin.
yeah. I think it was the year of the snake. We're heading into the year of the horse for all of you Chinese mythology.
Like
but
that.
yeah, the last year, 2025, literally was the year of the snake, and it's supposed to be representative of shedding like the old, shedding the skin, and stepping into a new. And I don't really know what the year of the horse means, but what
Sounds better than the year of the fucking snake.
yeah, but the year of the horse, I think like this is the time we run. I think this is like we shed all the old, and we're turning into this like stallion of sorts that is a thoroughbred.
Stallion, I like that.
Yeah, and that's meant, you're the Italian stallion. That's meant to run, right? And run from what we don't want, run towards what we want, and actually just run fully into abundance.
The Italian stallion, Rocky Balboa.
He's the OG.
I had a dream. I had a dream like a few weeks ago that I was hanging out with Stallone.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, "Hey, dude, can I call you Sly?" He's like, "Yeah, call me Sly."
I would pay to see you and Stallone hang out.
I love him, dude.
He's the best.
Did you watch the Tulsa King? Have you watched that show?
Not yet, but people are talking about it like it's
It's good.
Is it good?
It's good. It's funny. It has the East Coast thing. You know what it's about, right?
he's a mobster that moves to like Oklahoma.
The storyline's pretty good. He's a mobster, and he does a 25-year bid for something with the mafia, whatever, and he refused to rat. And he did his whole 25 years.
Oh, wow.
He comes out, he's like 75 years old, and he goes back to the New York Mafia guys, and he's like, all right, I'm ready to work. They're like, no, we got nothing for you here. Like, nothing for you here. And he's like, what? He's like, I did 25 years. They go, we got something for you. We're gonna go to Tulsa and go set up shop over there. He's like, fucking Tulsa. So he just send him to Tulsa to go earn.
Really?
He has to go figure out how to just go earn. And he just starts he walks into a weed shop. He's like, hey, how you doing? He's like, oh, this is a nice place over here. He's like, you got protection over here? He's like, protection for what? He's like, in case anybody tries to rob you. He's like, from now on, I'm going to protect you. He's like, you're going to pay me 10% of everything you got. He's like, do I have a choice? He's like, nope. He's like, and he just starts setting up shop. But the storyline gets good. It's other, the Kansas City Mafia gets involved, and the Dixie Mafia gets involved. It's pretty fucking good.
I mean, they're coming out with such great shows these days.
Oh my God.
But I don't have time to watch shows.
I never did up until about a year ago. My wife was like, can we please watch? Because she likes the shows. So we started every night around 7 o'clock.
Start a show.
We'll pick one show to watch, maybe two, and then we'll do a whole season and go on to one. And I actually really like it now.
Yeah.
But it's the only time I have to do it.
Trust me, I love it. I love just zoning out because I think we're always so zoned in all the time. I love it. The end of the year was great for me, both from a business perspective, but then also from
you guys got serious momentum.
We got great momentum right now.
Yeah.
It's like that horse running towards that momentum, not slowing down, keep pushing forward. But the end of the year, I think I just celebrated my 12th wedding anniversary. And I think for all 12 years, I've been telling my wife that, I'm going to take from, Christmas to at least the New Year, off, and I don't think I've ever done it. But this year, I was super intentional, especially as my children are getting older, and I'm realizing that my time with them is rapidly diminishing.
Yep.
I pretty much took from the 26th to the 4th off.
You went to Cabo.
Had an amazing trip, but it was so great to just kind of look down at where I'm at, look back at where I came from in 2025, and certainly prior to that, and then look forward to 2026. Because if I look back, there was some goals I hit, there were some goals that I missed, there were some goals that were close, right? But you heard me this morning in your meeting, I think goals are bullshit. I really do. I think it's about, and you talked about this Monday, I think it's about standards.
Standards.
And setting standards. I mean, you obviously have a very low standard of fashion. But
you don't like my moonbirds?
I don't even know what that is, bro. I think it looks like you went into a 14-year-old's closet and robbed them.
First of all, this is an owl, okay? They're called moonbirds. It's an NFT collection. So I bought one 4 years ago when they first launched for $20 grand, right?
How does that work out for you?
Hold on, let me finish what I'm saying, okay? So what happened was this VC guy came into to crypto, right? He was a big, well-known VC guy, ton of money. He started this collection. Everybody was big and high on it, you know? So because of this guy, he had a lot of big network of people, and he was doing some good shit. And then he kind of like just let it go. People got pissed, and then he sold it. He sold it for he traded it for stock to another Web3 company, and and they tanked down to like nothing, down to like $500 from 20 grand. So then I was like, all right, I'm sitting on this thing. Do I just take the loss or just ride it out? At this point, what the fuck is the difference, you know?
So you're like, I'm going to take the loss and just wear the loss and look like a loser.
So then, right? So then it was at like $500, and I'm like, you know, the smart move here, as much as it sounds stupid,
Double down.
is to pick up a bunch more. So I picked up 5 more of them, $500 each, hoping that something would happen. This other guy came in who's a big known crypto guy, bought the whole collection over, has turned this whole thing around in the last 4 months, and now they're worth $6,000 each.
No way.
Yeah, and I got 5 of them. 1 I bought for 20, and 5 I bought for $500 each.
All right, so we're
So now I'm in the plus, and it's got serious momentum right now. And he just launched his whole new merch brand, and they're doing some really big partnerships. So that's
So is that sweatshirt a one of one?
No, it's not one of one, but you have to be a holder of the NFT to have this sweatshirt, so you can't fucking have it. Just so you know.
Thank God.
Yeah, and meanwhile, an hour ago, he's begging me where he could buy one.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Where can I get one? Did they make it in black?
I was like, bro, you're old. Like you look like you're trying to get in the next boy band.
Yeah, bro, I'm trying to stay young. I'm trying to look young. Fucking burb, okay?
Burp.
I'm burbish.
Burp. That's what it looks like. Burp. How does Anthony look today? Burp.
Mackenzie, do you like it?
She can't say yes or no.
I didn't know what it was, but now that you cleared it up, I like it.
Okay, see that?
I mean, I do appreciate the fact that you matched it with the color, the inset to your shoes and your hat. I mean, that like is somewhat fashionable.
Are you not supposed to match?
No, you are, but like, I mean, that's a miss. I don't.
My
know if
wife
that's a match.
loved it. I walked in this morning. Everybody's like, "Wow, that's a really cool sweatshirt." And then you and Scott said,
Yeah,
it was,
because you're the CEO, bro. They're not gonna be like, hey, you look like shit.
Oh, you
today.
think like it's a cool sweatshirt? It's so fucking.
Yeah, like they're like,
What a
dude,
fucking jerk off he looks like.
look at that weenie. You know,
That's
like,
fucking CEO.
yeah,
Wearing a fucking bird.
Must be nice to dress like you're homeless. You know. But other than that, I mean, I would say that of all the people I do know, outside of your fashion sense and your choice of tattoos,
Thanks.
You actually embody like a very high level of standards.
You have to.
You know, with the time you go to bed, with the time you wake up, with the food that you eat, with how you work out and weaponize your body.
Can't be, talking about our core values and shoving them down these guys' throats if I don't embody them myself.
Yeah, of
So you
course.
got to lead by example.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the morning meeting today. Is like a lot of leaders lead from a place of like hypocrisy and posturing and what they want their people to do.
Yeah, do as I say, not do as I do.
Right, and you can't do that.
No, of course they see right through that.
Yeah.
This guy's talking about EDC. He walks in at fucking 10 o'clock every day, hungover.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of a look is that?
Exactly.
No one's going to want to follow you.
And for those of the people that are watching that don't know what EDC, what is EDC?
For our standards here, you have to be enthusiastic, disciplined, and competitive to work here. You know, and are they all that? No. Are some of them? Yes. Do we talk about it all the time? Yes. Do we shove it down their throat? Absolutely. And I always talk about it in terms of like your whole life too.
Right.
I always say, like, look, you need to be EDC in and out of here. You got to be enthusiastic at home with your family, with your friends, with your girlfriend. You be disciplined for yourself, your body, your physical, your mentally. Competitive. You want to win the game. You want to be a great friend. You want to just that. I just feel like, and it took us a long time to come up with that. And it's funny that EDC is the EDC festival.
Right.
And we are a festive company, right? We're always loud music or whatever. So but it took us like a couple of days to really come up with those names. And you know what? It really stuck.
Yeah, I love it. I think, like you said, it's just a way of life. It's
A way of life, yeah,
Not
yeah,
a way
yeah.
of work. It's a way of life. You know, to be enthusiastic. I mean, who doesn't want to wake up enthusiastic, right?
Right.
And then when you wake up with that enthusiasm, then you look at the things that you're committed to. Those are standards. Those are disciplines, right? And daily disciplines that are non-negotiable. And then competitive. Let's go win, dude. Do you want life to win or do you want to win? Yeah. I mean, I love those. I might steal them.
They're great. And, you know, when I talked about it on Monday, I had a little, 2026 reset meeting that I showed you the video. And I just had a brain fart. Discipline. There was one thing I said that discipline is boring, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it is. But it means so much at the same time. You know, being disciplined is like, I get up every day at the same time. I get my shit ready the night before. I go to the gym every day. Sure, it might be boring in terms, but it's not.
No.
It's everything to me.
Yeah.
It makes me who I am, how I feel. I feel fucking great. Like,
Yeah.
I really committed this year to be like, say, you know, of course, holidays get off a little bit off track with the diet a little bit. And I'm like, I'm literally like today, I'm thinking about today how I've been perfect all week. I did all my cardio sessions, all my training sessions. I ate all my meal prep. I didn't do one thing. In fact, I even did this on Tuesday. So one thing I do think about when it comes to discipline of eating, right? Because to me, that's the fucking hardest part.
Oh, yeah.
It's one thing to go to the gym every day. It's another thing to eat perfect 4 or 5 times a day. It's so fucking hard.
It is hard.
But then when you think about a UFC fighter who has to make weight every fight, and if he doesn't make weight, he can't fight, or he loses 30% of his purse.
Yeah.
They have no choice. And I watch a lot of the videos and watch them do the weight cut, watch them eat perfect and diet down, and how they just do it like automatically, bro. It's not even like it's not even a thought. It's what they do. So there's one guy. You know who Merab is? Merab Davashvili. I always say his name wrong, but he was champ for the last couple of years. He just lost the title, but I mean, he had a video. He was getting ready for a fight, and he was with a group of guys, and they were all eating pizza. You know, and he was during a weight cut. And he does it on purpose, you know? And he had his grilled chicken in front of him and a salad. They all were eating pizza. So he had a slice of pizza right here, and he'd go like this. He put it down, and then he'd eat his chicken. And he just smell it and keep eating, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, on Monday morning, I'm like, I'm not fucking up this week at all. I have a target I want to fucking hit. Tuesday, my wife comes home.
With a
I
pizza.
found this new place in Laguna called Grazie. They got amazing pizza, and comes in with fucking 2 brick oven pizza pies. I'm like, I hate you. She's like, you're going to have some? I go, no. She's like, you're not going to eat it? I go, no, I'm not going to fucking eat it. I got my chicken out. I grabbed a slice of pizza. I put it on the plate. I'm going, she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm doing what UFC fighters do. I'm not eating this fucking slice. And I didn't eat it.
And you probably feel better as a result.
And I wanted to eat it so bad.
Because that's the thing about discipline is it's a dividend or it's a deficit. You know, you heard me talk about this, but like if you would have eaten that pizza, it would have felt good. It would have tasted amazing. Maybe you stop at one slice.
And the next day I'm like, I fucked it up.
Exactly.
Like, God damn it. I said I was going to do it and I fucked it up.
And so
already.
whatever temporary benefit you got from that taste, you know, euphoria, whatever, would be overshadowed by, you know, the deficit that you created.
And I still feel so good about not eating that slice of pizza. In my head, I'm like, I didn't eat that fucking slice on Tuesday.
And you really didn't miss out on anything.
No,
you know what's the craziest part about food is that it's such a like temporary, immediate gratification thing. It's just like lasts in your mouth. That's it.
For like a half hour. Then you feel like shit.
Maybe not even that. Just while you're chewing it, you know,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it goes down to the gut and out the butt, you know? And so it's like, but it is the hardest thing, dude. Hardest thing.
I used to know this guy in Jersey because Jersey gyms compared to gyms here are completely different. Jersey gyms, it's tons of meatheads, juice heads.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, but they all they diet and they whatever. And I used to have this one guy. He used to have this term called chew and spit. And he'd go to the pizzeria with a paper bag. He'd grab 2 slices and he'd fucking chew a piece of the slice and then not swallow it and spit it in a bag.
Really?
And I watched him do it. Like, there's a pizzeria right next to the gym I used to go to, and he'd like, yeah, I'm gonna go chew and spit. He'd go order 2 to sit outside with a paper bag next to him, big fucking ripped juice head.
Disgusting.
And he'd chew. And he's like, yeah, you get it. It's almost the same as eating it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do chew and spit. There's no way I'm doing that. But yeah, chew and spit.
Chew and spit. That's the motto for 2026.
Chew and spit.
Brought to you by NFTs.
Moonbirds.
Well, I mean, I think it's just the discipline. It is boring, but what's not boring is the results that you get. What's not boring is people coming up and saying, "Hey, dude, you look great." You know, and man, there's something about you, or getting that financial goal that you wanted, and knowing that like you earned every last bit of it. That's not boring. That's very rewarding.
Yes,
you know?
it is.
Like, and so, you know, when we were talking this morning in your meeting, it's like, the goals, like, write them down all you want, but like, what is the standard that you're going to set that's going to make that goal absolutely achievable? Because we won't rise to the level of our goal, we'll fall to the level of our lowest standard, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, and I know you're not perfect. I'm certainly not perfect. But like, it's about like setting that standard and setting yourself up for success. Like, what are some of the things that you do, you know, like when you come home, that sets you up for the success on the next day?
What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
I do pretty much the same. That's why discipline's boring, right?
Right.
I do pretty much the same thing every day. I get home like 4:35, unless I have to stop somewhere. I usually don't. You know, I take a shower because I went to the gym, and then 5:30 I'm done. I go downstairs. My wife's making dinner. I lay down on the couch for about 40 minutes and just decompress. I eat my dinner, and then my wife's like opposite of me. She's like all over the place, you know, not in a bad way. She's disciplined with everything, but like, I'm like, all right, babe, look, if you want to start watching that show, we got to start at 7. It's about 45 minutes, and I got to be upstairs by 7:45 to start getting ready for tomorrow. Like, she's so used to this like routine thing, so she's like running around trying to get in place to watch the show by 7 o'clock, you know. And then by 7:45, no later than 8 o'clock, even if it's in the middle of the show, because she'll come down. Can we start watching it now? I'm like, yeah, we can only watch half of it though. And she's just like, fuck you. At 8 o'clock, I go upstairs, I grab my gym bag, put my gym clothes in there, go into the closet, I lay out my outfit for work for the next day, lay it out. I go do my nighttime thing, brush my teeth, my braces, my flossing, my this, my that, my vitamins, my medicine, my peptides, get all ready to go. And then by 8:30, I'm laying in my bed, TV on for about, I take my nighttime, I take these, I had a tough time sleeping up until about a year ago. I start taking these 2 supplements. One's called Dream Water. You buy on Amazon both of these. One's called Dream Water and one's called Somagen. One has melatonin in it. One has some other kind of relaxing, mental, whatever it is. I take my 2 nighttime stuff, and then I lay in bed for about 30 minutes. She'll come up to lay down with me for a half hour just so she can spend time with me. And then once I pass out, then she'll get back up and then be up till like 10:30 roughly. And then that's exactly what I do.
And you're out by like 9.
9:15 the latest. I got my alarm set for 5:15, and I try to hit 8 hours. I used to do 6 hours when I was doing the 3.
No, dude, when you and I were doing the like the 4 a.m.
And I did it, and I did it for like 3 years, man.
Yeah.
But then once I got but every day, dude, around noon, I felt like shit. I was crashing. I was so tired. And then until I got the Whoop, and the Whoop started saying sleep score 30, 38. You're in a severe deficit. And then I started to really watch, because when I lay in bed at that 8:30 to 9, I'm usually watching YouTube, and it's always educational stuff, whether it's health or work or business.
Right.
I started watching a lot of sleep stuff, a lot of expert sleep people about like longevity's tied directly to sleep, how you need at your age, you need 7.5 to 8 hours, and blah blah blah, and what it could do for you, the effects. I was like, all right, I'm not doing this shit no more. That's when I changed my gym time. I was doing 3:45 a.m. wake up and getting like 5.5, 6 hours.
Yeah.
And then I made the switch, and I feel so much fucking better, bro. And still to this day, I'd rather go to the gym in the morning, because when you get it out of the way first thing,
so great.
and it's 7 a.m. and you already got your fucking hour workout in.
You feel like a beast.
You do, man. But the sacrifice of the not sleeping, it was not worth it.
Yeah.
So now I go during the day. Now I have to go to Planet Fitness instead of Lifetime Fitness. Boo-hoo. See, when you say that shit out loud, you sound like an asshole.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, whoa, wow, you got to go to Planet Fitness, Lifetime, jerk off. You know, when you say it out loud, you sound like a jerk off. You know, like really, some people can't even afford to go to the fucking gym.
Right.
You know, so now I go over here to Planet Fitness and I do my during the day, and I feel great. I feel rested every day, and I even dialed in my caffeine intake because I was still crashing, and I dialed it in perfect. Where like I have a coffee on the way to work, and I watch it. So in the morning, get up, everything's ready to go. I shower, shower, boom, 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 out the door, make a coffee on the way to work. I watch some kind of YouTube content, usually business stuff, motivational stuff, and then I get here, and I watch YouTube on the way. I get here, and I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about your day.
Oh, I when I get in the car, I do my little morning routine thing, which is my little journal app that I do, the gratitude, the affirmations, my little thoughts about my day. Watch a YouTube video. Then I get here, and I'm like fucking ready to go. And then the caffeine, I do 1 cup of coffee. I have breakfast, then I have 1 espresso, and then before the gym I have a pre-workout, and then I'll have 1 more espresso around 2 o'clock, and then that's it, done. And then I don't crash at all. If I have 1 more espresso on top of that, I feel it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like my exact caffeine intake.
And this is rinse and repeat Monday through Friday, no fail.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, no fail, almost every day, unless something veers me off. Kevin's in town, I got to pick him up or something or whatever. But for the most part, it's been 5 years.
Well, and I think it's about being intentional and protecting your time too, because we all have the same amount of time, but not all of us have the same amount of choices that we do with time. In fact, you have an infinite amount of choices to do with your time. So when you protect your time, intentional with your time, block your time, then you kind of almost end up creating more time. You know?
Of course.
Yeah, and so this year for me was a big part of that. It was about blocking my calendar and making sure that I had time for me, because my routine towards the middle and even end of last year was like I would get up and go right into a call, sometimes 5:30, 5 a.m. on the East Coast, and then 6 a.m. and 7.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then it would be jam packed until 5 or 6 o'clock. And then I got to go pick up my kid, my daughter from dance, and then come home and do dinner. I was falling asleep in bed with the kids, and then I wake up at like 2 in the morning. Where the hell am I? And then start it all over again. Like it just wasn't working, even though, I could say I was getting a lot done. I don't know if I was being as potent or as powerful as I could be.
Definitely not.
So this year it's like, I'm with you, man. Like I have no problem waking up at 4 a.m. Zero problem. I can wake up at 3 a.m. I can wake up at 2 a.m. But what I've noticed, especially now that we're in our 40s, is that like I'm not as weaponized as I am if I get like a full 7 hours of sleep.
Here's how you're gonna be weaponized, bro. Okay.
I'm not doing the whoop.
No, you're not doing the. I know you hate the whoop, all right? But here's Nick's vision to be weaponized right here. This is the weaponized Nick Long right here.
Yeah, look at that, baby.
How do we get to that?
Yeah, he sends it to me like every time I
Every day, because he sent me this AI picture of what he wants. I'm like, oh, that's what you want. Every morning, I'm like, don't forget about this, bro.
That's it.
You would look tremendous like
bro,
this. Look at that.
I look incredible.
You really could look just like that.
I know. I kind of do in my mind. That's what I see when I take my shirt off. No, but that's it. And that is both like nutrition discipline, workout discipline, sleep discipline. It's all those disciplines kind of rolled into.
And it's hard
into one,
especially at our age.
Yeah, but you know what's harder? Fucking being tired. And what's harder is like not getting what you want. What's harder is, having to explain why like we didn't do this or we didn't do that. What's hard is like eating the pizza and feeling like crap. Like that's actually harder. It's the temporary like reprieve from, whatever it is that we're doing that we feel like, oh my God, I feel so good. And then you feel so terrible afterwards. It takes so hard and so long to recover from that,
I know it does.
Like, so, this year is all about standards. Like this year is all about leveling up like the standards. Like, screw your goals, show me your standards, right?
Yeah, man.
Like
with everything.
Of course. I think it might have been Nick Alfano says, show me a man's day, and I'll show you really what he wants, and not what he says, but what he energetically comes out and shows up as,
You gotta want it, man.
Yeah, and I think the hardest part too, you heard it again this morning, is like, how do we get them?
It's tough.
How do we get them?
It's tough
to level up their standards.
I think we could do is just impact a portion of people. Some people are just, no matter. I mean, I've said these things over and over for the last 7 years and showed them by example. I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk, and I show them everything. And the guys always come up to me, dude, you're fucking 49. You're in amazing shape. I'm like, you're 25, bro. Your testosterone's through the roof. You know how much easier it is for you to get in this shape than me?
Right.
I'm like, you could do this in 12 fucking months.
Right.
Because as you get older, your testosterone goes down. Everything's it's just harder and harder to get the gains, And I'm going to do it, and then they'll do it for a week or, just no different than my kid. My kid's 15 years old. I've been trying to get him to go to the gym for like a year and a half straight because my younger son I have horrible genetics. Like I'm skinny. I had the belly when I was a kid. Like I had no muscle. Like, like my older son inherited my wife's side of the family. Her brother was a bodybuilder. My wife was a gymnast. He has just natural abs, doesn't go to the gym. He looks like he lifts weights. He doesn't. And my younger son's like, how come, he doesn't even fucking lift weights. Look at him. I'm like, don't be jealous of him. It's just, this is life ain't fair. Make it fair.
Right.
It is what it is. I'm like, you got my genes. Look at me now. I was like, and I didn't start this shit hard until 12 years ago. I wish I started at your age. And then like, all right, let's do it. And then we go like, I'll train you, and then we go for like 4 times in a week. And then next week you want to go, no, I'm tired today. And then the next day, I'm like, it's been 4 days now. Oh, we'll go tomorrow. I'm like, all right, we just lost all momentum. I hope you know
that's all gone.
Every time that you do this, we're back to square one. Until you put 6 months together consistently, then you could take a couple of days off. Like we just keep going, and this has been on and off for like 18 months now. We keep resetting. 2 weeks going good, and then none for a month, and back to square one. I'm like, it's consistency's fucking everything. I'm like, with everything in life, with the gym, with work, with discipline, with your family, just with everything. I'm like, if you start with this now, everything else will flow, But of course, he's a 15-year-old kid. It's not that easy.
Well, and that's why everybody finds themselves. They end up back at square one.
Yeah, right back.
couple weeks, then off, then couple weeks and off, and that's why year after year after year after year, people find themselves in the same place, same situation, same frustrations, same bank accounts, same bodies, same marriages, because they don't consistently do the work, and it's because they don't see the results right away.
It's because
they go, screw it.
They don't make it who they are. They treat it as a thing, almost as a hobby. It's not. It's all this shit's got to be who you are. You know, the gym it's what I do. I go to work. I go to the gym. It's just a part of what I do and who I am. And until it becomes ingrained into your brain like that, about like this is just how you live your life. If you always treat like when you say the word diet, traditionally diet was you're going on a diet.
You're
to
cutting
lose weight.
things out.
You're cutting things. No. What's your diet forever?
Right.
It's not. I'm
Right.
going on a diet. This is my diet
Right.
plan that I consistently do.
Right.
Not
A
just a
diet
thing
is-
you do
th-
for temporary.
No,
for
this is
temporarily.
this is how I eat.
This is how I eat. Right. It's not a temporary thing.
Right.
That's why you get all these people who go on the Ozempic. They lose a shitload of weight, then they get off of it, and they just blow up again right away.
The same thing with the people with the gastric bypass. Like they lose the weight and then they gain it all back. I mean, that's like.
And then you're in worse shape.
Well, and how hard is that? You know, it's like when you do the hard things, you have an easy life. When you do the easy things, you have a hard life. I mean, that's pretty much what it boils down to.
You know how hard it is to gain 100 pounds?
How hard it is to gain 100 pounds?
Yeah. It's not easy.
No.
Yeah, maybe putting things in your mouth is easier than not putting things in your mouth. But, dude, someone who gains 100 pounds, it took them 2 years to gain 100 pounds.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now it's going to take you 2 years to lose 100 pounds.
And probably more because it's going to be harder to break that pattern and that discipline.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
You know
what's the heaviest you've ever been?
My heaviest I ever was 212.
212.
And right now I'm 170.
You was a big girl.
That
huh?
was in 2013.
Wow.
I have a picture, man. My face looked like the fucking basketball. I have this huge suit on, like double extra large. Yeah, I was eating everything inside.
Dude, 212 on your frame, like
My diet.
wow.
At that time, right? Because that's who you are too.
Right.
My diet consisted of like bacon, egg, and cheese, Taylor ham and cheese and a bagel every morning, 2 slices or chicken fingers and fries, a cheeseburger and fries, pasta with butter and olive oil at nighttime. Like that's just who I was.
You were just eating, huh? I'm trying to find.
You probably remember. I mean, I don't know if
Yeah, well, it's
I was
it's
big back
it's
then.
actually hard for me to remember because I just remember you as you
I remember
are.
when I didn't see you for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I came back here to California and you hadn't seen me for like 5 years and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, what happened?
Like,
What happened?
dude.
You look great.
Like you lost a lot of fucking weight.
Yeah, I think
I remember your wife was like, look at me. She's like, Anthony? I'm like, yeah.
I can't find it, but I got to. Oh, here it is. There, look at that, dude. That was look at me.
What were you?
That was 225.
Wow.
225 pounds. I mean, how did that ever happen?
And you had long hair.
Long hair. I mean, and this was actually a 90-day transformation.
Really?
Yeah, that was a 90-day transformation. Like just committing to working out, eating right, doing the daily disciplines, and that was it. And then I've never gone back there, And then even like after doing a couple of 75,
I'll never go back there.
75 hards, like I've been able to stay under, like I think that was 225.
Are you now $180?
Yeah, right around $180. Yeah, it fluctuates. When I got home from Cabo, I was more like 186. But now, like this morning, I was 182.
I think 180 is a good weight for you.
You just need to put some bulk.
Start pack a little muscle
Yeah,
on.
you
I
gotta put
think
some-
180 is a good weight because you're tall.
Yeah, a little Paul Walker.
What are you?
Well, it depends on who's asking.
Paul Walker.
On my Tinder profile back in the day, it would have been 6'3". Put some lifts in the
What
shoes.
are you really?
6 foot.
Okay, well
Yeah.
that makes sense because every inch is, they say, is about 10 pounds.
Okay.
Right, so I'm 170, I'm 5'10", you're 2 inches, like 190.
I'd be 190. I'd be a.
Yeah, if you had another 8 pounds on you, I'm just pure muscle. That's probably your.
Really?
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. I like more of like the the Brad Pitt Fight Club look, just lean and ripped, a little Paul Walker, that type of thing. But who knows?
Little Paul Walker.
Yeah, little Paul Walker.
Poor guy, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Paul. Yeah, but that would be that's what it is. But the thing is that AI thing, I know you make fun of it, but it was so good to actually like see it.
But I would, yeah. of
Yeah,
course.
like to actually see it, and then like, dude, I was looking at the picture, and I was actually like starting to feel a little bit like it. I'm like, dude, this looks great,
You feel great, man.
Yeah, but that's about embodying it, like you said. It's like who you are. are, not what you want. It's just who you are. Just start being that person. Just how would that person show up? How would that person act? How would that person talk? How would that person look and feel? You know.
Well, I reflected a lot over the holidays about how I was showing up here for the last 6 months of 2025, and I was just and like I was struggling with this for a little while in like November, December. I'm like, I'm not showing up the way I'm supposed to. I'm like, I got to be more vocal, more of a leader, more intensity, more of who I am, because I was just like frustrated and angry a lot, just trying to figure shit out, And then I was like, I'm coming into the new year, and I'm going to be who I was 3 years ago when I was on fire every day, when we had double the amount of people here, which we're working our way back towards now, and I'm like, we're changing everything, communication, we're ratcheting up intensity across the board, and this is the first week of doing it. We set all new meetings up with all the different departments, and I feel fucking great, dude. Communication went from like not that good to like really high right now. Kevin lacked a lot last year too. We had a lot of conversations about stepping it up. He's flying out here Sunday, and everybody's on board, and these guys are out here already feel it. They like it. You got to just can't wait for other people.
No.
You know what I mean? You got to step it up yourself first, and you got to grab everybody and say, you're fucking coming with me or get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's like your wake will suck them in or it will push them out.
And if it pushes them out, they're not supposed to be here anyway.
Amen. I mean, you create a beautiful environment. That's what I was trying to tell him this morning at the meeting. It's like, dude, you don't see this. You don't see a company doing all of these things and being so intentional with the spiffs and the bonuses and the recognition and the parties and the promotions and all of that kind of stuff. You just don't see that. Like maybe you're jaded because this is the only thing.
I do so many things that they don't even realize I do. You know what I mean? Like Mackenzie, we had the breakfast on Monday. And I was like, I don't want to do bagels and cream cheese. Let's do something really different. And we found this Czechoslovakian breakfast place that makes these things called kolaches. I never heard of them. You ever heard of kolaches before?
I've had a colonic before, but that's
not that's
totally different experience.
Isn't a colonic go in your asshole? Yeah, not that. No, these little they almost look like brioche buns, and they're stuffed with like egg and cheese or sausage, egg and cheese. And we found this place in Tustin, and Mackenzie ordered them, picked them up, spent $300 on breakfast for these guys to have something different, because I know no one else is doing that shit.
Right.
So I like that. I like treating the guys good. I like being different and unique and having that's why we are who we are right now. But we just got to do fucking better.
Well, just new standards. That's
new
it.
fucking
You don't
standards.
have to do better. You just have to set new standards. You just have to be disciplined to new things. Because if you did everything you did last year, well, then you could probably expect to have everything you had last year.
And we're doing things completely different this year. We just had a huge meeting about, Kevin actually had a good analogy. He's usually the worst at doing sports analogies because he don't know sports, but he had a good, and I'm like, we actually got a good one. He's like, I want to play small ball like the Yankees did back in the late 90s, and small ball was, instead of doing these overhauls, is micro adjustments, right? Back then, the Yankees won by playing. They did a lot of bunts and singles and just trying to get on base and getting walks and not just going for the home run all the time. I was like, wow, you actually had a good analogy for once. Let's play some small ball, right? Let's make some micro tweaks. Let's get on base. Let's score runs. Let's not worry about the grand slams. Let's just get guys on base. We'll take the walks. That's actually good. And we made a bunch of strategies that we're going to implement starting next week, micro adjustments. And we have our new product, which I'm super stoked about, which is called GPT, our AI answering service to help business owners use AI.
You're welcome for that, by the way.
Oh, because you didn't like Call Guard. He hated the name Call Guard.
That is stupid.
The first name for it was Call Guard, which I liked at first, and then he was like, that fucking sucks. And then we come up with Calls GPT.
Calls GPT is great. It's catchy.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good name. And we're excited about it. We got a bunch of business owners on board right now. If anybody watching this is a business owner, we're doing free trials, 35 minutes free, no credit card required, just to try it out, because we're getting feedback to make it real tight before we launch it to everybody.
And what does it do exactly?
So it answers all your phone calls before voicemail picks up. There's a real stat out there that 82% of people who call a business for the first time and get a voicemail
Never call back.
They go right to the next guy on the list, and they don't leave a voicemail. It's a real stat. So the AI answers the phone, represents you. Hi, this is Nick Lawrence Consulting. How can I help you? Nick's not available right now. What are you looking for? Gets the information they get from you, what you're looking for. Then it sends Nick a text message, the business owner, with a summary of the call. It sends the client who called a confirmation text that Nick received the message. We'll getting back to him. It filters out all your spam and robocalls, so you're not dealing with any more solicitors or robocalls. You have a back office voice login with every transcript and recording of every call. You have all these different AI settings for different voices you want to use. What else does it do? It's fucking pretty badass, bro, and it sounds good. I mean, you've tested out mine a
Can you
million
use
times.
a celebrity voice?
I use Sarah right now. Do you like Sarah?
She's all right.
Should I try somebody else?
She doesn't. I mean, I've tried to talk to her, and she's very clinical.
Kevin's is good. Kevin's uses you know what you could also do?
What?
You could take anybody's voice, have them send me a voice memo, and use that voice.
Oh, really?
So Kevin's son's soccer coach, his name is Lawrence, and he's from England.
Oh, England.
From England. So we used his voice for Kevin's. It actually, look, I'll play it right now. It actually sounds good.
Hi, this is Lawrence from Kevin Lavona's. How can I help you today, Bush? Kevin isn't available at the moment, but I'd be happy to
Call me Bush
assist and pass.
because he has
Is he-
he has Kevin. He has my name in as Bush.
Bush.
I'm looking for Kevin. I got to speak to him. What is he swimming in the fucking ocean?
I completely understand that it's frustrating not to reach Kevin directly, Bush. I'm here to help and make sure your message gets to him as soon as possible. Can you please share the reason you're calling so I can let him know right away?
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of him fucking doing everything else but work, and I need him to be on fucking board with what we're doing here. Can you tell him that?
Thank you for letting me know, Bush. Just to confirm, you're calling because you need Kevin to focus more on the work you're doing together and to be on board. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's a fucking slacker, and he slacked all year last year, and I'm sick and tired of it.
You will receive a text message confirmation at the end of this call. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, just uses OpenAI. They're making another big update coming out next month where when you know how you talk, it cuts it off?
Yeah.
Where it's not going to do that no more. Where it can talk over you to make it real conversational. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have those where it just split
void.
stops.
Yeah.
And have the void. It'll actually continue to talk, not talk over you, but make it like almost like a real conversation.
I mean, it's gonna get
Like if I'm talking right now and you're still talking, it won't just make you stop.
right. It's
You know
gonna
what I
get
mean?
better and better.
Yeah, dude.
But I think that's an ingenious idea, and I think any business owner that takes a myriad of phone calls should have that because, like you said, if you can answer every call, the propensity for those people to call you back and or buy from you goes through the roof.
Especially contractors. Most of our clients we deal with are smaller businesses.
They're using their cell phone.
Work out of their house. Maybe the wife does the books. Maybe they have a couple subcontractors. And a lot of these guys are the ones doing the work. So when they're under a fucking sink fixing something, they literally can't answer the phone. They're literally losing jobs.
Right.
They're losing jobs all the time.
Right.
So this solves that problem.
Yeah. Hey, when you want him to come by, he's got an opening in his calendar. I'm sure he could look at the calendar, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's genius. I think they're gonna crush it.
Yeah, and we're tweaking it. We're evolving and making it better, adding features.
Yeah,
as we go.
I like talking to your gal. I give her a hard time.
Yeah, that one long one you left was really, really funny. Yeah, no, I'm excited about it, man. We're putting a lot of effort into it, but we're continuing to build APN's current business as is. We're bringing in training classes every week and continuing to evolve those products. But I feel like this is going to be.
I think it's going to be fantastic.
This is going to be the future of.
So that's
APN.
that's your horse. That's the horse you ride into 2026.
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
the horse you ride. You
And
shed.
God forbid this horse doesn't work, we can go to the next. But I feel
Put
really
the horse
good about
down behind the barn and get a new horse.
That's it.
There's lots of horses in the stable.
Take him out back.
Just
shoot 'em.
keep riding the damn horse.
That's it, man.
All right, 2026. Set standards, set goals, be a thoroughbred, and make your life an incredible year this year.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.